So we had a whole lineup of videos that were going to be made. Blow it up! Because I was sitting in class today and I saw that there was an update for Football Manager. As I do, I went and looked at what that update was.
It's free!
And it was crossplay for the Epic Games Store.
It's free!
Do you know what that means?
It's free!
Do you?
It's free!
Do you really?
It's free! It's free! It's free!
Football Manager is free!
All right, so we're here. And no, you didn't forget to take your headphones off for the intro. I did. We're just going to ignore that. We're going to put them on the ground. You never saw it. I've forgotten to do that in a while. So, breaking Football Manager news. We are getting better at being able to cover that in videos right away. I've read all the articles that I can get my hands on. Obviously, I was in class. What else am I going to do? Pay attention to the class? Pay attention to your class, kids. But I was taking notes and reading all of the articles that I could so that I could give you all of the information about how Football Manager is free, how to get it for free, and how this whole Football Manager being in the Epic Game Store is going to work. If you want to learn about this stuff live, I do stream on Twitch. We talked about it on my Twitch stream right before I started filming this video. So you can check that out down in the description, or you can check out Twitter or Instagram, where I'll be talking about similar stuff and just me things sometimes. So Football Manager is in the Epic Game Store, and it happened today, but it's still on Steam as well. So the first important thing to know is that Football Manager is now on both. The update that happened on Steam today is for crossplay. So if you get the game for free on Epic Games, you can still play with your friends who got the game on Steam, which means there really is no excuse at all for not getting the game for free. The second important detail is that the game is free, but not forever. The game is free to download until September 24th, which is why I needed to get this video out as soon as possible to let you guys know that that's something you need to act on in the next 5 days. If you go on Epic Games and download the game, it's free until the 24th, and it's not just free until the 24th and then they take it back. It's free forever until the 24th. Like, if you get it September 23rd of 2020, you will have the game forever. It's not a demo mode. You can play as far into the future as you want. It is the full and complete game. It does, however, not come with two things. When you buy the game on Steam, you get an editor. I've been told that when you download it from Epic Games, you don't get that. You also don't get Football Manager Touch. That doesn't matter at all. Football Manager Touch is just a watered down version of the original game that you are able to enjoy on maybe a laptop that has the processing power of a modern toaster. But if you buy the game on Steam, you will get Touch and the archiver and the editor, just so you know. Now let's dig into more of the meat of the article that we've cut off the stuff off the top. So the cross-platform that is offered between Steam and Epic, which this is massive for Football Manager. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. You can also move your saves. I don't know why you would need to do that. Like, that's why I didn't lead with that. It sounds really good. Like, you can move your save from one to the other. It's just in the same filing place on your computer. You can move your save from one to the other to continue your progress. There's no reason to do that, but the option is there. Now, Football Manager being on Epic Games, is this something that we can expect in the future? Like, is Football Manager going to leave Steam and go to Epic Games? Because there is, as I've predicted on stream at times, a war between different game outlets, and Epic Games is really trying to compete hard with Steam. So you see a lot of exclusivity contracts, kind of the same as the console war. But this is not an exclusivity contract. It looks as though, everything I've read, Football Manager 21 will be released on not only Steam, but also Epic Games, and the full version of the game will be released in both stores. So whichever you have more points in, or you sell more cards in, you should use that one. Maybe you get a gift card. Who knows? So that's what this means for Football Manager in terms of the game itself and SI and what they're looking to do with it. I think this is all just good signs. Obviously, the more people that are able to play the game, the better, because me being where I am, I absolutely love the game, but the partnership with the Epic Games Store allows this kind of extra promotion, because even though it was in the Xbox store, but you can't play it on Xbox, you can only play it on the internet. Even though it was on Switch, there really isn't a second big platform for Football Manager, and I think the Epic Games Store can be that. Like, if you take the Epic Games Store, it's up here, right? Obviously Steam is still way up there, but Epic Games is definitely higher than the busted Google Stadia in playing Football Manager on Switch, maybe playing it on your phone or your tablet and that sort of stuff. I think that Epic Games is really the biggest rival that Twitch has when it comes to these aggressive online stores. Twitch is still the king. Twitch, Steam. God, isn't the streaming wars? This is the Football Manager wars, but it's not a war. There's a truce from the beginning. It's both places. It's everywhere. Maybe you just want to get your achievements on Steam and then on Epic Games. I was never a Fortnite person, so I'm not quite familiar with Epic Games. This is a move that Express.uk actually called a surprise edition, because not a lot of people saw this coming. This is actually the first time in my life that I'd heard some whispers in the wind that this might have been coming, but what I didn't expect was like a non-compete, and that it is going to continue to be on both platforms. I am surprised, honestly, because Football Manager sometimes can create the perception that it's not a forward-thinking game, and I really do think that Football Manager has a lot of potential if it continues to think forward about how to increase online play. So the cross-platform compatibility of being able to play between the two games is huge, and if it can focus on increasing its distribution, maybe a console version of the game in the future. I know they've thought about it before, and I know Switch is a console, but they're like the big consoles, and I think that might be in the future. I mean, they're already looking at different platforms. SI also released a statement saying a lot of the things that I have already said, which is why I'm not showing you the statement. Football Manager was not the only game that Epic Games brought in as well. There's a game called Watch Dogs 2 and a game called Stick It to the Man. Watch Dogs 2 and Football Manager were the big titles that were brought over to Epic Games that show that this competition is kind of ongoing. This is the question I was asked on stream is, well, now that it's on Epic Games, are you going to play it on Epic Games? My answer is no. But the good thing is Football Manager can only go on sale in certain intervals on Steam. So if it's on Epic Games and Steam, two major online gaming stores, that means that the sales can happen more often, the promotions can happen more often, and maybe you can have exclusive DLC that you can sell to each area. Those DLC being, maybe there's a women's version of the game, at least the international. I understand the infrastructure of getting a lot of scouts in place and being able to set up a whole women's version of Football Manager, but come on, the US is number one. You know, you gotta the international women's game in there at least. You wouldn't be able to continue forever, but you could at least have it part of the game. Scout like 40 national teams. I say that like it's so easy to do, right? Anyways, this is an exciting development for me. Really spiced up my applied media class, and Football Manager is free. I mean, shoot, I get asked all the time, should I buy Football Manager 20? When is Football Manager 21 coming out? My guess is very late November for the beta, and then the real game comes out in mid-December. So, but who cares? You have no excuse now. If you come to me September 25th on a stream and you're in New Zealand, should I buy Football Manager? I'm like, man, you are really unlucky. You should not play the lottery ever. Save your money, put it in a bank account, put it in a bunch of bank accounts, because one's probably gonna collapse. How unlucky? I don't know, but just get the game. Even if you weren't going to get it, even if you were just waiting for FM21, there's now absolutely no excuse. This is better than the free trial. Get the word out, stand on the street corner, let people know. Let people know.